And if we threw a party, invited every ham you knew, we would have a bunch of ham at a party, and it'd probably be real fun.
Thank you for bringing your ham.
It's really sweet because Tim was practicing that earlier. I heard him, and very loudly.
Yeah, I was walking around the apartment. Can't screw this up when our guest gets here.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 3.
La 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 ham. La 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 ham.
Ham. This is Ham Talk, talking ham. Talking hawk talk. Do they call ham hawks? Ham hawk.
A ham hock is it?
That's a different thing.
It's a part of the leg, is it not?
Isn't it the foot?
Dr. Matt, we refer to you.
I thought
Pork expert
my name's
Nightingale?
Matt Nightingale, and can't say that I know what a ham hock is. I thought it was previously a bird, but I am
A bird.
yeah, a hybrid.
Oh, hawk as in
Ham
H-A-W-K.
It's like a weird pig bird that tastes like both ham and chicken at the same time.
Sounds good. Okay, well, welcome to the Hunks podcast. This is what, episode number 41? 41, episode 41. My name is Tim Gray. My goal for this episode is to not pause too much between thoughts.
It's never been a problem for you in the past.
No.
It's a weird stream of consciousness you've got, and I love it.
What do you want?
My name's Quinn Green, and my goal for the episode is just to keep Tim on track, keep him on the level. You know, maybe we do some shin splints or just sprints.
Shin splints.
I don't know, some sort of exercises to keep him just really clipping along at a routine pace.
Okay.
I really want us to make a medal. Bronze is fine. Something this year. That's all.
Just on the podium.
My name is Rory Fallis. My goal for the episode is to, I don't know, come to a consensus on what a ham hock is, I guess. Majority rules.
okay. I've already introduced myself. My name is Matt Nightingale, and my goal is to get these intros done.
All right, that's my cue. My name's Dana Smith. My goal for the episode is to keep an eye on Quinn's buttons. Make sure that they don't pop too often.
You know what? It's a popping buttons. It's what I do. I'm just I'm working on it.
I guess my goal is then to button them up for you every time.
All right, thank you,
Unbutton.
thank you. I appreciate you.
And we have a very, 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 very special guest here tonight on the afternoon Hugs podcast. He's the king of zing. He's the joke meister. The Lord of Laughter. the Duchess of what's this?
7 more.
You got a knight?
He is the knight of nighttime tomfoolery. He is the prince of paper. He is the mayor of Hoo-Ha-Ha Town. He is the... How many more do I have to do?
You're three. You got
Three more.
4 more. Sorry.
He is the former heavyweight title.
I'm just the title.
just my title. He is the lamb of the land. He is the beacon in the night. He is the deacon of the fight. Mark Ford.
Really tapered off towards the end there.
Yeah, I didn't want
Once you got to the name, you gave up.
Mark
So
Ford.
that was the most important part.
Mark Ford.
I looked up what a ham hock was.
Oh, and
It's a pork knuckle. It's the joint between the tibula and fibula,
nice. Pork
where the
knuckle.
foot was attached to the hog's leg. So there you go, guys.
Cool.
Nice.
Problem solved.
Delish.
Way off.
Ham hock sounds way more edible than a pork knuckle. I don't think
That's why they changed the name.
Yeah. People were like, why aren't we selling these pork knuckles? They're delicious. And they're like, well, maybe we should change the name. Yeah, let's go with like a ham hock. And then it just started flying off the shelves.
I would sooner order a pork knuckle than a ham hock if I saw that like on a menu.
Really?
I think so.
I've never had an inclination to eat knuckles.
Wait a
Never.
second. You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
You're allowed to make the decision.
Then
It's
yes.
you.
I would, but then I imagine like
Was there other circumstances?
I just imagine like a pig walking out from behind and then like presenting his hand for me to just chew on the knuckles.
Like the lobster tank at Red Lobster.
Yeah. Just parade a bunch of pig knuckles out. Cool. Excellent. Great.
Glad we learned that.
Yes.
You know what else I learned this week? You know, when you see a statue in mostly Europe, but other places, and the guy's on a horse, if the horse's feet are indicators of things, like if the horse has 2 feet in the air, it means that the guy died in battle. And if there's 1 foot in the air, it means that he died of wounds from a battle. And if all 4 feet are on the ground, natural causes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Coward's death.
Yeah, coward's death.
And what is the guy doing that tells us how the horse died?
One hand in the air. Horse lived a long, healthy life.
If this guy is murdering a horse in the statue, it means the horse died of natural causes.
A sword through the head of the horse.
It's got an empty glue bottle. What? And if the horse is on 1 foot, then the guy died in a horrible horse accident, I think.
The horse is like falling.
yeah.
Slipping on a banana peel.
And if the horse is on no feet, he died in a merry-go-round accident.
Me and Tim climbed up on a horse last night outside the pony corral.
Oh, yeah.
About that.
We climbed on top of the pony.
That horse is so ready to fall over, and yet we still climbed up there.
I know.
And I watched him climb up. It was like a toddler getting up on a couch. You know what I mean? And I was like, what's wrong with this guy? And then I did it. It's so hard to get up on that horse.
Like Tim was like, up.
Like I'm sure the alcohol didn't help. Like the toddler's not drunk, but it was kind of fun to be up there. I felt like I kind of came alive again.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like I was like, hey, I used to do stupid stuff like this in high school. Hey, where you been, Mark? And all 4 legs were on the ground, so we're gonna die of natural causes.
Coward's death.
Were you guys both on the horse at the same time?
No, God, no.
Oh, that would have been real
That horse
cute.
could barely handle me.
Oh, yeah.
That would have
No.
been a quick death.
Yeah.
We walked by that horse later on. It's just bowed in the middle really badly.
We know how these 2 men died.
I would love the fact. I would love if you, well, I wouldn't love it, but just the idea of both of you somehow dying in battle. How would that happen? I don't think that it would be possible.
I think it'd be a thumb war. Yeah. Probably.
It would probably be getting on a horse because we were not good at it in any way.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it's time for battle. Both of you get on this horse.
But it was weird. There was something so energizing about going like, quick. Like, you know what I mean? Something that just took me right back to my childhood.
He's coming.
Yeah. And then waking up and seeing the picture on my phone. It was just like, and then I felt bad for like young me because you didn't have pictures
Of those
your
experiences.
Yeah, you just did it to live it.
You just did it
You
to
just
live
did
it.
did it to be like, yeah, I went up on
I
that
went
horse.
up on that horse and you didn't document it.
Yeah,
in
and
any
I
way.
remember it, but no one else will.
Or like you had like a disposable camera, but it
Go on.
and then you like lose it
Yeah.
And then somebody recovers that camera and is like, I'm going to develop this just for shits and giggles. And they're like, this person is a
And then it
fucking
gets
weirdo.
water damaged. Totally.
Yeah.
What a different
Totally.
time though that we were making cameras you could throw out, like just not giving two shits about the world or the environment.
Yeah.
There's this chemical-filled thing. We're just gonna make lots of them, and you just chuck them out when you're done.
Yeah, a
It's
process
insane.
that 100 years ago people thought stole your soul.
Yeah.
It was the height of technology. And we're like, fuck this.
Yeah. Like, why were people so tired of having a camera in their house? Just sitting in their house, seeing it in the corner. Fuck that camera.
There's just no space for it. I just can't.
I want to be able to throw that away.
Yeah. They get a camera and they're like, I wish I could throw this. So they buy a disposable one and use it up really fast and throw it out in front of the other camera. Take a picture of me throwing this camera out. I want to see what the future might hold. Keep developing my photos properly.
Also, you had to, if you wanted to get photos developed, you had to let a stranger rifle through them
Yeah.
before giving them to you, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that movie with Robin Williams?
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but I heard
scary.
that he like looked at the pictures.
Yeah. Did.
Yeah. I was like, no, thank you.
That was the whole movie. It was
Yeah.
just 2.5 hours of him looking at pictures.
oh, this is nice.
Yeah. The original version of The Cloud was some guy rifling through and being like, oh, I like that one, and putting it in his pocket and being like, I want to share that with somebody. And then he chose his buddy Ted over beers. Check out this picture I found in the photo. You have the best job ever, man.
And then Steve Jobs was like, yes. Yes.
But it was weird too because you had to decide if you wanted 2 of everything before you ever saw them.
Right. Yeah.
Would you like 2 of something that, like,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
And maybe nothing.
you would not do that in any other circumstance. Would you like 2 of our sandwiches? Well, I haven't had any of your sandwiches.
Yeah, but maybe your friend wants one.
Yeah, you might want to give your friend one of our
Your family would appreciate it.
Send my grandma a sandwich.
Yeah. But the thing is, if you don't order 2 now, I can only give you 1. So I'm only going to give you 1.
One sandwich for you, one for one in your wallet.
Yeah,
I remember my
sandwich wallet. That's great.
how big would that wallet be? Where would you keep it? Front shirt pocket.
Oh man,
just keep all my money between 2 slabs of bread and mayonnaise.
The money sandwich.
I remember my brother used to have a Polaroid camera. Well, he could take the Polaroid camera and shoot all of these pictures, and used to be so sentimental about pictures. And there's these pictures of like, I like cockeyed potato bag and like just like random little things. And my mom would be like, he's so cute. He just, look at it. This is his view of the world. And so we have all these pictures in a photo album. And I'm like, these are all garbage pictures. We would delete every one of them. But because a 6-year-old took them back in the 90s, we care. Why do we care?
Yeah.
Nobody should care about these stupid pictures. I mean, if my brother's listening, which he's probably not, but I don't care about your artistic acumen back then. You were terrible at photography. So
He's also 6.
it doesn't. Yeah, but I'm just saying we used to be so sentimental about every single picture. I remember when I went on a friend's trip and those pictures were all awful. And I look through them now and I'm like, I remember some of this stuff and the stuff I don't. Like this is a shot of a garden from 100 yards away. Who cares? You just throw it all out.
Well, Norm Macdonald had that great joke, right, about the grandfather who they used to take all day to take the one picture and got in their suit and all that stuff. And you're like, this is my picture of my grandfather.
Yeah.
Like in the future, it's going to be like, do you want to see 3,500 different pictures of my grandfather?
Yeah. In the cloud, baby. Okay, do you want to know what the word of the week is?
Yeah.
Do I ever?
Yes.
Quinn, do you want to do the theme song?
Word of the week. It's the word of the week.
Jejune.
Cut you off.
It's fine.
Jejune.
Jejune.
Jejune?
Jejune. Jejune.
Yeah.
You know it?
Jejune, yeah, I've heard it.
Jejune.
Yeah, it's like happy-go-lucky, right?
And not but naively happy. No?
Oh, I'm way off. Been using this word wrong all the time. Signing my letters improperly.
Yeah, dating your
Very
checks the
jejune.
10th of Jejune.
Jejune.
Wait, so does it mean the opposite of that then?
Murderous.
Nope. It is an adjective. Do you want to hear it used in a sentence?
Please.
Sure.
Jejune?
Jejune. He complains about wasting his talent writing songs for frogs. He is a composer of jejune melodies for a children's television show called Mr. Bungee's Lily Pad.
Like playful?
Lily Pad. Nope.
Silly
Innocent?
or
Light?
Was I close with innocent?
Young?
Well,
Yeah, it's sort of like the French
Like
jeunesse.
Jeune?
huh? Young?
Like young?
No, sorry. You guys shooting blanks.
Serious?
Pang, 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 pang. Nope.
Short.
Oh my God.
No.
Bad.
Keep them coming.
like
Close.
like saccharine or
Close.
saccharine or sweet, like just kind of just sweet.
Oh, nope.
What? We've given every adjective.
Yeah, almost.
We've gone through the
Nightmarish.
dictionary.
No. Mark's looking it up.
No, I wasn't actually. Now I feel stupid. I was just looking at mundane things while I tuned out this conversation.
That was the right choice.
Pork knuckle.
Tell us.
Were you reliving the horse? Was I ever so young?
Yeah, I don't remember when I didn't sit around talking about words.
I don't remember that. A life before this conversation.
Life before this shitty game. Okay, the definition is lacking nutritive value, devoid of significance or interest.
Saccharin. He said it.
Oh,
Is that
yeah?
what saccharin is? I
Juvenile.
thought saccharin was sweet.
Overly
Puerile.
sweet and sickly sweet kind of thing. So it's like
This is just like devoid of significance or interest.
Right.
Just like this
whatever.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This conversation ended up being exactly
So-
what we intended.
Jejune.
Mark, if that horse came to life last night and
Oh, okay.
save the questions for
save the questions for
Yeah.
after? Okay. I'll save the questions for the second part
Okay.
of the podcast. We're going to take a short break and be right back with more Young Speak Guest.
Hi, I'm Mark Forward. Here to tell you about the greatest new product out there. Do you have a horse that never lays down? Yes, you do. Because that's what all horses do. And you know why? Because up until now, they didn't have a comfortable pillow that could support such a giant neck and body. I guarantee your horse will lie down and never get back up. Now, this is also based on science. They have difficulty getting off the ground. If you've ever watched one, they get into quite a panic, and they eventually do right themselves. But at least they will have had a good sleep and had dreams of running through many fields. Unless they were a war horse, or then they might have flashbacks and nightmares. I don't know if horses have issues with flashbacks. I don't even know if they remember yesterday. But I do know that every horse I've seen use Mark Forward's horse pillows wakes up with much less of a long face.
And we're back. Welcome back to the Hunks Podcast, and you can take it to the bank and ask them for a receipt, and they'll tell you no. Excellent. Okay, so
He was really in his own world there for a second. That was great.
was it?
A little.
So this next segment in the podcast is affectionately called Break and Mark.
Okay. Is it called that every week, or just when I'm
Just when you're here.
Oh, okay. So it's breaking someone else.
Yeah.
Or okay.
And it's based on. So you're familiar with the TV show Breaking Bad?
Yeah, I've dabbled in that. Yeah.
So in that show, you get to know some characters.
Yeah.
So we want to get to know you.
Right. That was my favorite part about that show. Like I find most shows we don't get to know the characters, and that show I knew tuning in every week. I'm gonna get to know about these characters.
Yeah.
The other shows, I'm like, who is that? All the time.
Just plot, plot, plot,
Yeah.
plot.
Blah blah blah.
Like,
why don't they name that guy? It's horrible, but that one was, yeah, they did it right.
I'm pretty sure they, like in the first 5 minutes, they said the characters' names.
Yeah.
Which was great. It's refreshing.
Oh my God. You knew what they were doing. They had motivation.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
They had like costumes on.
Yeah.
You knew them. So this is it's going to be a series of hypothetical questions.
Sure.
And you have to make some decisions in the worlds that we create. But these decisions, Mark, have
Consequences?
no consequences. That's the funny thing. Everyone comes in like, well, what are the consequences? None. There are no. Yeah, you can rest easy.
All right.
On a Mark IV
Speaking
horse
about
pillow.
resting easy. Do you mind if I plug my horse pillows?
Of course.
Yeah, they're on sale. Walmart and Canadian Tire.
We'll put the link at the bottom of the
screen.
screen.
Cool.
It's on the
Probably
bottom
available
of
at
your screen.
Zellers.biz or something.
Yeah. Is that 2 cents?
Yes.
So the situation number 1, you're hanging out with your best friend, and you come across a horse outside of a restaurant.
Yeah.
And you and
I just want to be clear, my best friend was not there.
okay, last night he wasn't there. In this world,
All right.
he's there.
Because in the real world, nothing could have been further. The guy I was in no way close to my best friend.
Mark, I told you, there's no consequences.
Oh, right. Okay. Just want to be clear.
This in no way affects your real life best friend.
Okay.
But in this world, it's your best friend.
Okay.
And you love him.
Okay.
And you call him every night.
Okay.
And you talk until you both fall asleep on the phone.
Sounds like he's more than a friend, and I'm just... One of us is afraid to take it to the next level.
Well, that's to be determined.
Okay.
Okay, so you get on this horse.
Yeah.
And it's not a real horse, but then you get on it and you click your heels 3 times on the horse's belly.
Okay.
And it turns into a real horse. And the horse turns to you and says, "Nay, welcome, Mark Ford. I am the horse of Christmas past."
Okay. Am I going to be visited by 3 more horses? Because 4 would be terrible.
Yeah, the 4th horse would be the worst horse. So what he's gonna, and the horse tells you he's gonna take you back to any December 25th from any year past.
Seems like
or
the horse
future.
wasn't needed in this. In any way, the question would be, what Christmas would you like to revisit again?
The horse plays a key
Mark,
role.
there's no consequences.
Oh,
How
right.
can
Sorry.
The horse is an important device.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still caught up in how I knew that I would be able to get this horse to talk by clicking my heels 3 times.
3 times.
Like I've obviously come with purpose.
Right.
Also, when you're straddling a horse, how do you click your heels?
Into the
Well, he said
stomach.
into his belly.
Oh.
So I'm assuming I'm wearing spurs of some sort.
Yeah. Yes. You're wearing
Magical horse awakening spurs.
yes, you mark forward. Magical horse awakening spurs.
Okay.
Got on the bus with spurs to go to this horse.
yes.
Now, wait a minute. I'm doing well in this world. I don't want to be on the bus.
No,
I
it's
have
your own tour bus.
Really great job. If I
It's the mark forward horse pillow tour bus.
okay,
Touring the pillows around the country
cool. So I'm doing trade shows,
with your best
giving up on
friend.
comedy with my best friend by my side, who I haven't made the commitment yet to SSD yet, and
I feel like your horse pillows was your startup business. Went really
Right.
well. You're getting into the magical horse awakening spurs. These are prototypes, and you were just testing them out to see if they worked in the real world situation.
okay.
So
all right.
it's, let's say it's
December 25th, 1986.
okay. All right.
I was
So
12. I got a A-Team van, and it was metal.
oh, nice.
Yeah, and it was the coolest thing.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, it
That
was
would be
big
amazing.
too, and it was metal, and the door slid open, and
Whoa.
I had all the A-Team figures, and
Oh, did you keep all your guys in there?
they would get in there and drive and have adventures.
yeah.
12 is a good age for Christmas. It's like
Yeah.
before you start being like whatever, and then but after you start getting so excited you throw up. You
Yeah, yeah.
know? I had so many Christmases like that where I
Threw up?
I threw up because I was too excited, and
really?
so I made myself sick.
Like the morning of or the night
yeah,
before?
the morning of.
Just shoot awake.
Yeah.
Poltergeist.
But when I was 12, I didn't do that. I grew out of it.
So were your parents? Did they like not look forward to? I would be like, oh Jesus, here we go, have to clean up
of
vomit
starting
again.
Well, I mean, I still knew how to barf. Like, I would barf into a toilet.
Okay.
So it's like, and they're like, whatever. I didn't need their help with that.
They have the big Christmas tree in the living room with all the presents, and then a little Christmas tree beside the toilet with just Dana's presents.
It's so funny. Like we used to sit up at the stairs and we couldn't come down till coffee was made. But your case would be we gotta wait.
Yeah. Well, usually I would do it at like 6 in.the.morning before everyone
woke
up
up.
because I was like ready to get going.
Right.
And then I would barf, and then my parents would be like, "Go back to bed," and then I'd wake up like a normal human.
I love that so much. That you're so excited that you get up, throw up, get back to bed. It's like you just can't fucking wait. I've never been that excited in anything.
I've never been that happy ever.
Yeah.
Like I'm jealous of that joy.
Yeah.
Was that the only time, or only on Christmas, or other times?
No, only on Christmas.
Did anybody here ever get up like in the middle of the night and try to like sneak a peek at your presents?
No. How do you get away with that? You're opening your own presents.
Right.
Of course, you're the number one suspect. I never understood people who did that.
I did it once. I stole something from under the tree and then like buried it under my bed and then like still
You buried a hole.
I still waited till like just before Christmas to open it, and it was like a clock radio, which is one of the least exciting presents you can get when you're like 9. You're like, oh yeah, I can get up on time.
So you learned your lesson.
Yeah, I did. Well, my
Right?
parents never brought it up. They were never like, so what happened to that clock radio?
They forgot?
I guess so. Did a lot of drinking.
I remember when I was
Hey, Tim, no consequences.
Oh shoot, I forgot.
So they were always drunk, and you weren't getting up on time for school. So they're responsible. Yet drunks. That's nice. Was it a flip clock? Did it flip or was it digital?
No, digital.
I used to love those flip clocks. You guys probably don't even know what
That's
the fuck I'm talking about.
yeah. The numbers flip over
Flip.
and
Yeah. So that Christmas morning, I remember that vividly. Like we could get up at 7, so just waiting for that thing to flip over.
Yeah.
You would have puked so much.
Probably. I wasn't allowed that clock in my room. I barfed all over.
Just everything's tarped. It's a part of the Christmas ritual. Get some multicolored Christmas tarps and put them all around David's room.
So you're standing outside your living room window, and you're watching your child self open this present.
Okay.
All of a sudden, your child self notices you, and your whole family turns. And then you realize you got your face pressed against the window.
Okay.
And they call the police.
Okay.
So you get back up on your clop buddy, the time traveling Christmas horse.
Okay.
And then the horse tells you, I'm gonna wish you, I'm gonna grant you one wish. After we do one more time travel, where do you want to go and what do you wish for?
is it restricted to Christmases?
No, this is.
So wait, I can just do anything now?
Yeah. You can go anywhere.
If you could do and have anything. Basically.
Weird question.
Stay within those parameters, please.
I'll try.
And remember, there's no consequences.
I'm kind of stuck because I got on this horse the first time, clicked my heels to go back to this moment that I know happened. Mm-hmm. Because as a child, I saw me through the window with a giant magical horse. Mm. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was that moment when you stepped off the tour bus and there was a whisper in the wind and it told you that's the horse.
No, but I would know.
But you would know.
Because when I was a kid, I saw me in the window.
Yeah.
So maybe my whole life cycle has been trying to get back to make that moment happen. That's a lot of pressure on a 12-year-old kid. I got to figure out how to get time travel.
Yeah.
So I probably ruined that Christmas for me. I was so excited about an 18 van, but now I'm like, oh crap, I'm in the window. That means I have to figure out how to time travel to make that happen.
Yeah.
I guess you wouldn't know that. You'd be looking through like magazines and things and like scouring the internet for that specific metal horse.
Yeah,
I was looking all over the world for it.
Yeah.
I feel like you wouldn't realize that it's you at first, but then you have this moment where like in your, when you're 25 and you're thinking about that Christmas and you're like, that was a good Christmas. And then you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh, the guy,
Yeah. I like this.
Yeah.
It removes the stress.
Yes, exactly.
From 12 to 25, I'm not constantly worrying.
But after 25,
25, I get to work.
You get to work. And you start thinking about
It's like Jesus.
Yeah. He got to work at 25?
I think 30, actually.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah.
He had 3 years of just like.
I had like 17 years.
You don't hear about him in the middle.
Right.
That was like when he was in college.
Yeah.
It's like the Beatles. The Beatles were only around for 8 years.
Right.
But damn.
Yeah.
Same with Jesus.
Yeah.
He kind of only did his thing for a couple of years.
Everyone loved it.
I like the idea that you're like, horses seem to be involved in this time traveling thing. I don't know anything about horses, but I know a lot about pillows, so maybe horse pillows. So that's why you just started going into this horse pillow.
I think maybe you had a memory where you look back and the horse had like big bags under his eyes.
Well, I probably experimented time travel on a lot of horses, and horses are a very fickle animal. And I thought maybe they're so stressed.
You're putting them through
They
rigorous
never get
trials.
to sleep, so maybe I'll make a pillow, and then I'll be able to work with a more rested
Creature.
straight thinking animal.
Right.
You know, that doesn't have so much worry.
Don't worry.
So I can really tap into their time travel abilities.
Time travel.
Because if you were good at time travel, but you were so tired, think about that. Think about that. And someone gets on you and like, take me to 1986. You're like, dude, I just want to sleep. I'm so sick of taking people places.
Yeah. So everybody else who's ridden a horse is traveling through time, and they're just like, the horses are like, I've had enough.
Yeah.
Just give me a break.
For some reason, I have this image of you like doing these NASA like tests with all of these horses,
Yeah.
and just you in the one side of a centrifuge and a horse in the other, in like leather caps and just spinning super fast.
Well, you are visioning what happened. You might want to look into your abilities to see what happened in the past,
A little bit of a precog.
because that did happen. There were many days and a lot of dead horses.
Turns out horses
Lot of
can't
dead
survive
horses.
0 G.
The edge of the walls are just covered.
The worst part of a time traveling horse is when they die, you can't go back and bring them back to life. The weirdest flaw in time travel is you can't once a horse is dead, you can't go back. It's dead for good.
So
It's a real heartbreaker when I found that out. I remember that day. I lost Lucy, and I was like, I'm going to get another one, go back and not do that experiment with Lucy.
and then
Lucy
She was just
explaining time is over.
Okay. Watch those buttons, eh?
What was that Russian guy that just...
we'll see.
It's by Ricky Ricardo. Take it or leave it.
We'll leave
I'll
it.
leave it. Yeah.
I would travel, to answer your question.
Yes, please. Thank you.
I would travel. I would like to travel to the future when like all humanity is wiped off and dead, and just see
Just
how happy
horses.
the world is when nobody's here.
Do you imagine
Just
like
animals and plants everywhere.
Fauna.
Fauna.
Maybe some flora in there.
Yeah, some flora. Is there any other F words? Flowers.
flowers?
Yeah.
Fun.
There would be fun.
No
Frolicking.
family.
No families. Well, there'd be badger families,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
squirrel families,
Yeah.
Fox families.
fox
Fox
families,
families.
snake families,
What,
Yeah.
what era is this? Just
dog
before.
families.
how
It'd
far
probably
in the
be
future?
well, Stephen Hawking said we got about 1,000 years.
Really?
Yeah, he just said that. We got about 1,000 years.
Just
till-
said that.
Yeah.
Well,
he
the other
never-
is like 1,000.
To be technical, he never said it. But he
tweeted it.
he typed it.
Like
but
humans do, or Earth does?
are humans.
Humans. Okay.
Yeah.
1,000
He
years.
said if we don't get off the planet within 1,000 years, it's over.
That seems
Cool.
doable.
Huh.
To get off the planet or to just ride it
Yeah.
out?
1,000 years.
I don't know. I think, and it's easy for me to say because I won't be alive in 1,000 years.
Well,
You don't know
Well,
that.
I mean, I don't know. You don't know. I don't know. But I think that even if I were alive in 1,000 years, I'd be like, you know what? I've had a good run. Humanity's had a good run. We're kind of terrible. So, like, to
Well, we haven't had a good
the
run.
Earth. Yeah.
That's really the problem. We're a speck, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In the history of Earth, on a 24-hour clock, we're in the last like minute.
Right.
Isn't that crazy?
That's fucking nuts.
That is crazy.
59 minutes.
Yeah, it's like 59 minutes and
59 minutes and
45 seconds. Something like we've been
45
here like for
seconds.
15 seconds of 24 hours.
fuck.
But I think like it's been like 400 years since we realized that Earth isn't the center of the universe to landing on the moon, and that's only 400 years. So
Yeah.
if we get another 1,000, I don't know. I think we could go places.
At least colonize the moon. It's close enough.
Or Mars.
Figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mars. They're sending people there now, right? Or
Yeah.
soon,
Yeah.
I guess.
Sending some wackos though, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not coming back.
No. Never coming back.
Is that that's happening?
It was a lottery there for a while.
Yeah.
Lottery. Oh man.
Just to go and die on a planet. It's so weird.
I kind of personally like half enjoy the idea.
I kind of like it too.
Yeah.
Just want to go there and die a horrible death? It's not going to be nice.
Well, what else are you going to
It
do?
won't be horrible, and probably my death here would be more horrible.
That's true. There's more things
withering
that
away
can
in a
kill you.
corner.
Right? There's probably more things that can kill you than on an empty, barren planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just being there would kill you.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
kicker.
true.
Just being there would be an experience that no other human has ever experienced.
True.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, what else are you going to do? Just like
Sit
watch
around
that
doing
movie
dumb
again?
podcasts.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the idea. It's the idea that I mean, obviously, there's a rigorous training and things. You got to know how to operate the ship. But what do they just? I don't know if they sleep the whole time or what. But they get out there. All you have to do to become like famous throughout history is live there for like a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you walk out and you're immediately killed, it's like
First guy that died on Mars.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But apparently the sand there is so coarse that it just rips everything. Like it just destroys everything because
During a
when there's a
windstorm?
sandstorm. What's that?
Oh, sandstorm.
Yeah, by Darude. Whenever that happens, it just rips everything to pieces.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's scary, but
Okay.
it'd be cool.
So you're having fun, flora, fauna, fun times. Henry Fonda is there.
James Fonda.
Henry Fonda lived through everything.
yeah.
He's already dead, isn't he?
They brought him back.
The horse brought him
That
back.
would be a weird thing to show up, and everyone's dead except Henry Fonda is back alive.
Yeah.
I guess he wasn't a horse.
Who also used to puke when he got excited.
Really?
Yeah, he used to puke before every performance.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyways, not to derail.
Yeah. I was on track. I had a very clear focus. Okay, so Henry Fonda's there,
Yeah.
and it's you and Henry Fonda, your best friend.
Okay.
We didn't establish that earlier, but that's who it was on the bus.
Okay.
And-
So I brought him back to life, probably.
Yeah, you brought
With
him
my
back to
horse.
life. You sent the horse.
Traveling horse abilities. Okay.
Yeah, to bring him back. Now you guys have this rare opportunity on this beautiful, pristine version of Earth with no humans and only animals. You get to join. The animals got together.
Oh,
they're
God,
like,
I thought you were going to say, which animal would you have sex with? There's no one there to judge me.
Yeah,
Because I know Henry wouldn't.
no, he's got your back.
He's my best friend.
But he got it. He is in love with you, but it's like it's a love he's content with.
Yeah. Like he would be cautionary probably.
For sure.
Like not that. Don't have sex with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He give you some so. Again, no consequences.
Right.
And no witnesses except for Henry Fonda. Which animal family do you join?
To live with?
Yeah.
Great question.
You'll have to be the father in the family, though. And I'm not saying you
I
have
have
to
to
do
be
any
the father?
hanky-panky, but you have to join an animal family.
Right.
And you have to be the father figure because of, the father died.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
You're a stepdad.
Yeah. Mark forward, the stepdad to animals.
Step-dadimal. You're not trying to replace their dad. You're just there for them.
Oh
Teach him how
man.
to swim.
There's no ball games to take him to.
Teach them baseball.
You could play catch if it was a
I
dog.
think I would choose the giant panda.
JK.
Yeah.
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 JK?
What's that?
Did you say JK?
No, I said yeah.
Oh.
You did
no,
say
G-
Did I say
JK, though.
JK?
You
Did I just say
certainly did.
JK?
Big time.
You don't realize that you said JK?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I said the giant panda and you said JK.
Yeah.
Wait,
That was the name.
Giant
Yeah.
panda.
But that's funny because I stopped and went, no, it's GP in my head.
Jennifer Kilpatrick.
That's the panda's name?
There's the panda's wife's name. It's
Okay.
your wife. Sorry, your wife.
Well, he's my wife. She's my wife now.
She's your wife now.
Right.
Yeah.
Does she visit his grave?
Every day.
That's a hard time for me.
Do you understand though? Are you compassionate?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm going for a walk, and you're like, where? I can come with you. She's like, I'm going for a walk.
Yeah, I know where she's going,
Yeah.
Jennifer. I followed her once. And she's going to that grave again. I get it. She loved him a lot, and I don't have any panda qualities to fill that void.
Well, don't be hard on yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm fat. I got that one. But and she didn't like when I put on panda skin.
So how did he die? Do you know how did he die?
Yeah, he died.
When you landed, your horse
Landed right on top of him. Yeah,
It's like the Wizard of Oz.
yeah. Except he wasn't a witch. He was a proud, upstanding.
A pillar of the community.
Yeah, he
He's
was.
the mayor.
Yep,
He
and
was building schools.
he was the mayor, and he just passed a law that for all animals to use the washroom. He was really bringing people not people, animals together.
Did you tell Jennifer?
She saw it. She was there. She was still holding his hand. They were walking through the fauna together, and just his arm was sticking out from under the horse.
He's in the process of having his child.
Yeah, she was pregnant, and
Yeah.
she gave birth to, I don't know how many they give birth to, but in this world, 17.
No consequences.
17 giant pandas I gotta look after.
You must be really charming to be able to kill somebody's husband in front of them.
No, Matt, that's panda law.
Yeah,
Pandemonium out there.
it is panda law that if you kill the spouse of another panda, you have to marry them within 24 hours,
Shotgun wedding.
or they take away your face.
Yeah.
So do you think she'll ever learn to love you?
I think she'll learn to tolerate me.
I don't think she has to love you. I think you
We
find
sleep
love
in
from-
different trees.
but you're there for the children. Yeah. What about the kids? How
I'm
do they
there
feel?
for the kids. They're all right. It took me a while to learn to speak panda,
Sorry, what was the language?
Pandanese. It's a hard language to learn. There's a lot of strange vowel work, and
Right.
it's and imagine trying to be taught by a panda how to speak their language, right? Because I know what Helen Keller went through. But she would point to a leaf. I remember that day so vividly. She'd point to a leaf and go, "Yar, yar." It took me so long to get that. Yar, you gotta get that, otherwise you're saying rape.
They started with that.
Yeah, those were the two words I knew. Now, the worst part was she was trying to get me to say leaf, and I said rape, and she's like, no, and then she acted out a rape, so I knew what I'd said.
They never made that mistake again.
No. But at first I was like, why is she doing that to her kid? And then she was just miming.
Do the pandas know that you're not their dad?
Yeah, they were there too. They were in a wagon. A big wagon. Yeah, they know I took their dad away.
Okay.
But the weird thing is, you also have to eat
dad?
you have to eat the dad.
Just you or the entire family?
You have to eat it while the family watches you.
Within 18 hours.
To like absorb his essence, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, and to use every part of him, I guess.
Within 18 hours, you have to eat him. Within 24 hours, you have to marry her.
So that is a really bloated wedding.
I was very full.
Kind of weaving at the podium.
Yeah.
Did you get to cook him, or was it?
You can cook them, but it's kind of awkward skinning someone's dad.
It's always awkward skinning someone's dad.
It's always awkward skin. Someone else's dad.
But I'll tell you, the best part
But
of
it's not awkward
the
skinning.
best, most wonderful part of a panda dad is the hawk ham. Big callback. Big
The
callback.
hawk ham.
Panda knuckle.
Yeah, panda knuckles, delicious.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
And then you wake up and it's all a dream.
Oh, nice.
Oh, excellent. Well, on that, we'll be back with more Hunks podcast.
Hi, I'm Mark Forward. Are you having trouble communicating with your panda bride? Those first hours can be the hardest. Trust me, I've lived through it. Don't get caught. Don't get caught in that situation. Learn Pandanese from me, Mark Forward. In the eventual, if at some point you are accidentally a person who kills a panda, you will not be in the position of not at least being able to console the wife. Learn such great words as tree, John, and bicycle. So order now, or Mark gives you the Pandanese. If you order now, you will also get a horse pillow, free of charge. Thank you, and good night, America.
The air cleansing.
Yeah, we're just cleansing the air.
Do you know if a room full of people hums, you'll always end up on middle C?
Really?
Yeah, if you hum long
I
enough.
knew you would end up on the same note. I didn't know it was a specific
I'm
note.
pretty sure it's middle C, yeah.
Huh.
Really?
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So I was super convinced, and then he started laughing. I was like, oh, no. And then he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm convinced again.
Really swinging around there, man.
You'd be a great judge.
I just need good confidence in myself.
Are you?
Unconfident judge.
Do you get two years?
Does that sound fair? 2 years? Come on.
1 year.
Well, how do you feel? How do you feel about that? 2 years.
Really? 5 years. 5 years.
Okay, Judge Judy, Judge Judy, Judge Joe Brown, Judge Reinhold, fuck, marry, kill.
Yes.
Perfect. Me too. We're going to do a very special game that we play whenever we have a guest on. And it's a game we call
Two Truths and a Lie. Was that in middle C, or where was that in the spectrum?
I don't know.
I thought you were like a human tuning, human
No,
pitch
I'm just a
machine.
human guy that's full of dumb facts like that.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know.
Are you a classically trained singer?
Or more of like
nice
an
voice.
unorthodox
No.
method.
Yeah.
Unorthodox.
No, I was taught very unclassically by a German priest.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. It's during World War II.
I bet you he put his life and his family's life on the line to teach you such unorthodox methods.
Yeah, and he was teaching me Jewish music. Yeah.
Whoa.
I like how in Nazi Germany apparently they hated music completely.
Really?
No,
Music
they liked
outlawed.
only classic music, didn't they?
We got Wagner.
I think they
was
like the
big.
Scorpions.
Yeah, classic. Tula. Rock me like a hurricane. Huge.
Remember that song?
Yeah, the Winds of Change.
Yeah.
Didn't
work, Scorpions. You tried with your anthem of change. We didn't listen. We're so sorry, Scorpions. You didn't hear the warning.
Matt, do you want to explain how this game works?
Yeah, Two Truths and a Lie is a game where one of us will say three things about ourselves, and two of them are true, two of them are true, one of them is a lie, and it's up to the rest of us to figure out which are the truths and which is the lie. Mm-hmm. And today on the hot seat is Mark Forward.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you guys, this gave me so much anxiety.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It can.
And it's gonna come down to the last second till I decide what I'm gonna.
All right.
What I'm gonna do here.
The King of Zing.
King of Zing.
The Lord of Laughter. Swat.
Okay. One time I went to Muffins.
That's the pronunciation.
Muffins.
It's got like 4 M's.
It's got
4 M's.
Yeah.
It's got 4 M's before it. 'Cause they're delicious.
Muffins.
They're implying they're delicious. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
Is
it.
that a lie? And I got a coffee, and I went to put sugar in it, and I used the sugar from a coffee shop that was next to it. It was in a food court, and the woman at Muffins yelled at me because I was using her sugar. That's how it went. I was using her sugar. I bought it next door because Muffins had a lineup. She started screaming at me for using her sugar when I didn't purchase my coffee at her Muffins. And I said, you're being a ridiculous human being. And I turned to leave and felt something hit me in the back. And it was a carton of milk. A full carton of milk hit me in the back. Got milk all down my back. And I complained to head office, and they gave me a $20 gift certificate at HMV.
I can believe it.
Because they were like, we have nothing of value.
Yeah.
1 liter, 2 liter, what kind of carton?
Well, we don't. We'll get into the specifics
Sorry,
after.
sorry,
No,
yeah.
there's no.
You know what's crazy
No
though
questions.
is that like she was obviously very worried about losing money, losing sugar money. She just wasted all that milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I used to be in a theater company that did plays at noon in the basement of Scotia Bank at Yonge and King. And I was in this play called, I think it was Black Murder. It wasn't about killing black people. But the gentleman who wrote the play was also in the play, but he didn't get to cast the play, and he didn't like that I was cast in the play. So for the entire month run, he never spoke to me unless it was on stage in character. He never spoke to me in rehearsal. He never spoke to me in the dressing room for an entire month.
Wow.
And that was the last play I ever did.
Okay.
My sister died very young of cancer. So those are the 3.
Oh my God. Oh, I don't want to guess on what that is.
Serves us right. Putting him in this
sure
predicament.
does. Sure does.
The best revenge.
I just want to hear the story about the sister.
Kind of can't. I was just so.
I bet she was a real goofy guy.
Well, I'm going to abstain. I think.
Okay.
I think the muffins is a lie.
Yeah.
I think so too, just because I feel like someone wouldn't want to waste that milk.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
I don't know. I'm down with the muffins being the real deal. I don't know what to choose. Maybe the play. I don't know. I'm saying the play is well.
Guys, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
They were all real.
Seriously?
Yeah, I forgot to make up a lie. Shit.
Thanks for.
Oh, this is the worst thing that's ever happened in my life.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry
It's
to put
all
you
right.
through that.
I got the sweater cleaned.
First the sweater, now this. Oh man, you've got a rocky road. Were they all true?
Yeah, they were. They were all true.
Wow.
I blew it.
Thank you for sharing all of that.
Yeah.
Do you remember what you bought at HMV?
That's what I was just thinking in my head. I don't know if I ever bought anything with it because I've been trying to get through my life with never using a coupon.
Oh really?
Yeah, or a voucher.
Oh really? Because you don't trust them.
No, I don't know why. I just started that and I'm sticking to it. Like I have gift cards in my wallet that just, I never use.
I mean, I ain't taking your corporate help.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. But you start something, you gotta see it through.
I totally get that. Like I was thinking about that the other day because I know somebody who lives in Winnipeg has never had a Slurpee, and it's like,
And they're just gonna not do it.
yeah. And why not? Why not? Why? It's not even how is that important?
It's a talking
But
point. It's a talking point.
If at that point and you're an adult and you live in the Slurpee capital, but you've never had a Slurpee, just keep on living your life, So I get that.
Something people will bring up, and then they'll be like, then you'll be like, "Hey, I've never had a Slurpee."
I don't
Check
know.
me
I think
out.
that probably that guy does it just to like when he's sitting alone and just like.
Just gives himself a self-assured
Yeah.
nod.
She made a self-assuring nod.
Yeah.
A really funny.
It was a well played.
So Mark, I'm just really interested in what kind of milk carton was it? Was it a 1 liter? How much milk did she throw in? Because that could really hurt you.
4 liters.
Yeah, it wasn't a small one. It was a
The tall, skinny one?
yeah.
Was it
yeah,
full
so
of
a 1
milk?
liter? A 1 liter.
Wow.
Was it full of milk?
Yeah, it was full. Like it thudded.
Fuck, she must have had a bad day.
She did have a bad day.
And
That's
then
kind of an insane baller move, though.
it is.
Yeah.
Imagine getting so mad at
Yeah.
throwing a milk carton at a stranger's back.
Yeah.
And then going back to the muffin line?
What's that?
She chucked it and then went back to the muffin line?
No, she was
Still
working.
behind it.
She was working behind the counter.
Was she like the manager?
She was not delicious. Why would they imply she's a delicious manager? That makes no sense.
I find power attractive.
The weird thing is I, especially at that time in my life, I have been responsible for provoking people into being angry at me. But
Right.
in that one instance, I didn't even say much. I just said, "You're being horrible," and then turned around and got whacked in the back. So
You
she
just
was
took some
definitely having a
sugar.
bad day.
And she did not want that to happen.
No. And I've never written a company ever, but I thought I should probably let them know.
Yeah.
That's a writable offense.
Yeah, that their
for sure.
employees doing that. And I said I don't want anything.
So you wrote muffins?
Why? Yeah.
And
how did they get to an
give you
HMV gift card?
Yeah.
Right? Not come back to our store. It was weird. They don't believe in those
don't
4
believe-
M's in front of it.
And they probably don't believe in gift cards. They're like, let's get rid of this.
Yeah. Or maybe it was, maybe he was just reading it and was like, oh, I got one of those for Christmas.
As a rule, I don't use
I'll
gift
just
cards.
send him this thing my aunt gave me or something. I don't know. But I never used it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you have it on you? I have it. there's a
No,
CD I
it
really
was
wanted to
like
get.
20 years ago, but
Okay.
it
It's
probably exploded.
expired.
They explode when they expire.
Yeah. Like Mission Impossible.
Yeah, they do. If you didn't know that, your gift cards explode when
That's
they
so fun.
expire.
There's a little rotating clock, the clock with the clacking numbers on the back. And
Don't
it
be
says-
ridiculous. There's no.
Sorry, pardon me. Pardon me.
Okay.
Quinn, we're trying to have fun.
Sorry, guys. I just
I always want to put clocks in things. Everybody's sick of it.
we got no more time for that kind of tomfoolery. I get it. I'm sorry.
He's the clock goblin.
Yeah, it's funny. I also was in Vancouver and a waitress had a full tray of drinks and for some reason dumped them all over me.
Oh, that's
And,
funny.
Intentionally?
No, she was just
That's just how it...
just how it went down.
Yeah.
And then I said, well, I think I'm gonna go because I'm covered in everyone's alcohol.
Yeah.
And she said, okay. And then she brought me my bill.
No.
Yeah, she brought me my bill with nothing off it.
What?
Not one thing off it.
And like a 15% auto gratuity.
A $20 gift card for another restaurant.
Yeah, she's like, you don't have to tip. It's in there. And no. Yeah, so I said to her, do you think that's... Because I don't ever want things for free, but I have
Right.
to start go, do you think that's okay?
Yeah.
That this is how this is going down?
Like,
and
put
she
yourself
said,
in.
well, there's no one here that can give you a discount or anything. And I'm like, what do you mean there's no one here?
Yeah.
That's a weird response.
Yeah.
So I wrote that company too.
Yeah.
And they sent you big shiny tunes.
And, yeah. I got big shiny tunes. I love
Just
that
open
Bryan
this
Adams.
box and a bunch of drinks spill on you.
Yeah.
From somewhere else.
And then I was leaving and she threw a milk carton at my head. And other things that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other things I said earlier happened.
Yes. Let's get into it.
Yeah. Then me and my wife got in our car. I buckled her in. This weird thing pandas can't.
They don't have.
Yeah, they
Opposable
don't have
thumbs, I
opposable
don't think.
thumbs, so they have trouble with especially these new seatbelts.
Did you write?
Go
Are you
to
gonna?
the proper receptacle. You
Yeah.
can't just choose any receptacle.
She's always trying to put it into the middle seat one, and I'm like,
Yeah.
'cause I make her sit in the back, right?
Of course.
So I don't
Mark, are you gonna write? Are you gonna write them or about these non-panda friendly seatbelts
yeah.
in your new vehicle?
Yeah, I gave him a letter. They
Not
did
expecting anything.
Yeah, they did not understand that at all. I didn't
like a
get
short
anything
story.
for that one. It's just like, sir, you need to go talk to somebody.
Yeah.
You're not married to a giant man.
Henry Fonda's been dead.
Why do you keep referencing Henry Fonda
What is this
and your
ridiculous?
time traveling horse?
Why did you send this giant complimentary pillow with this letter? We don't want it.
So many callbacks. We're having fun.
We're having a good time. So we're coming to a close here.
Aww.
Oh.
This has been lovely. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for doing it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Can I ask you a question about stand-up?
Yeah, okay.
How do you do it? Like if I'm trying to get into it, where do you come up with this stuff? No, but so you're in Winnipeg right now because you're performing at the wonderful Rumors Comedy Club.
Mm-hmm.
Last time you were in Winnipeg was at the Park Theater, and you recorded the last episode of the Mark Ford podcast, and then did a wonderful show. After the show, I was like Googling you. Doing some Googles.
I appreciated that.
No problem.
And then you also searched on the internet. Thank you.
Yes.
Put it up on
I got your internet hits up. No, I came across this article from a while ago that was talking about Mark Forward is quitting comedy.
Yeah.
What... you don't have. We can just cut this out if you don't want to get into it. But what was the? You kind of got into it with the article. You were kind of disenfranchised.
Well, that article came out at a time when Dane Cook was at his height of popularity,
right?
And comedy to me was garbage.
Yeah.
And I was working for a shitty company called Yuck Yucks, which is Garbage Town, USA, and they're horrible people, and they suck fucking eggs. So if any of you are trying to get in there, I wouldn't play this part of you. Play this part. But
that's the comedy club chain across
That's the comedy club chain that...
And if you work for Yuck Yucks, you can't perform for other clubs.
Can't perform anywhere else, and they pay you garbage.
Right.
And
they don't guarantee you work?
Nope, they don't guarantee you work, and they say things like, well, you should get another job. If we're not paying you enough, get another job.
But not in comedy.
No, yeah, just get a job. You should have a job. This isn't going to pay your bills. Things they would say.
Yeah, that's rough.
You know, a lot of their mics don't work properly.
Fuck.
They have no security. They have no... It's you against the crowd. It's just horrible.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they send you to legions and stuff, which all comics do, or these one-nighters.
Sure.
And, you know... It was about the 50th time I was standing in front of all these hockey jerseys behind me. And you know the crowd just wants you to tell Daryl he's a fag in the front. You know what I mean? Like, tell my buddy he's a fag. And it's like, you know.
Yeah.
So I just realized I wasn't doing comedy. I was just, I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I wasn't performing. I wasn't doing anything I loved.
Right.
Like, I couldn't imagine doing the stuff I do now at a Yuck Yucks or anywhere, really. That is like that. So I was frustrated and I was tired, and January 1st of that year I started tweeting that I was going to retire as a joke. Yeah. And I didn't know, but a guy from the Toronto Star followed me on Twitter, and he wrote me and said, would you like to write a story about this? Wow. I'd been doing comedy I think 10 years at that point.
Yeah, I think that's what.
And this was the first article or any press I was going to get was that I was going to retire. So I thought, well, that's funny to me.
Yeah.
So I can't, I can't turn that down.
Yeah.
And it paid. It was $500.
Fuck yeah.
To write this article about how disenfranchised I was. And it was all about, you know, I didn't like what comedy was, and people like at the time Louis C.K. and people like Zach Galifianakis were not household names, and Dane Cook was, and I didn't understand how that could be.
He was the arena dog.
And then it was just my frustration and blah blah, and it was more an article about frustration, because at the end of it I said, you know, I have shows booked.
Yeah, right.
Like next month. Like but everyone never really remembered that part of the article. So all I did was I retired from doing all the stuff I didn't like doing. I retired from doing the Legion gigs for money, and realized it's not helping me. It's not progressing me. It's not making me a better comic. It's just making me angry. Why am I doing that? I'd rather work at McDonald's and be angry than so I just changed what I was doing. But a lot of comics got really angry at me for that article. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he was kind of pissing in the pot a little bit? Or
it was a little pissing in the pot, but it was a little bit like, how could you... Why are you here if you gave up?
Yeah, right.
Right. And it's like, well, that's not...
It's not about that.
It's not about that.
Yeah.
And then I went on to have the best year.
And
career-wise, I did Craig Ferguson that year. And
yeah, man.
Yeah, so.
And you did a tour with Craig Ferguson last year?
Yeah, and this year I still tour with him.
Year?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
So that was a good little turning point to start doing.
Yeah, I just started doing the jokes I want to do and the show I want to do, and I didn't care about the financial part of it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think maybe there's I don't know, maybe that, like I find comedians like yourself, and there's a few other that are kind of growing a stronger independence and a stronger voice on their own, and I don't know, I feel like, or at least I hope that Canadian comedians are starting to prop each other up more and more, and it's like, I don't know, just do what you love and support each other. And
we're not very supportive of each other. We're very jealous breed, I find.
Yeah.
Up here,
Comedians
we're very
or Canadian comedians.
Canadian comedians.
Really?
I feel if you ever watch when an American comedian's album comes out or their whatever they do,
yeah,
every single one of those fuckers shares it, spreads it, lets you know it's out. Have you ever noticed that on Twitter?
Yeah.
The American comics sell it like crazy.
Yeah.
Right? You're trying to sell your show, right? How many people have favorited it instead of retweeting it? How many people have said good luck instead of sharing it?
Right.
Lots.
Yeah.
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 So that drives me nuts. We're very I think what we do as Canadian entertainers is we worry that if someone else gets the opportunity, then we're not going to get it.
Right.
We're so scared because the odds of making it are so slim that if that person gets it, then I'm not going to get it.
Right.
And the thing is, we could be building up this wonderful community and sharing each other's shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know why we just can't get past that.
Well, I think it's the concept really that exactly, there's a limited amount of resources and only so many people can tap into it. But to an opposite degree, I have 10 friends who loved coming to see me. And, I think collectively as hunks, we have like maybe 10 friends each, or at least family. And then, so that's 50 people right there. And if we did that on a grander scale and been like, then all of a sudden you have a much wider audience for each other and for your work. Because we all love comedy, like we like seeing each other. But so why don't we just share it, and then we can build a community together and then build a following together.
I agree, but we don't.
But, and that's the, I think, it's a pretty tragic,
especially when pressing retweet is so easy.
It's just one thing, right?
It's so simple, yet we're
you can do.
So not into it.
And it doesn't it's not going to damage our reputations. I mean,
no.
it's
and if any human goes, I'm going to unfollow this guy because he shared another human being's hopes and dreams. Let them go.
I saw that comedian at Rumors, and he was not prepared. Also, I love Trump. It's a reference to
a tweet I received from last night.
Yeah.
Did a sold-out show. Came off feeling so alive.
Show. Yeah.
And I got a tweet from a woman saying I was the most unprepared. Yeah. Terrible comedian she's ever seen in that establishment ever.
This was like
not worth the $17.
What? 3 of us were there, and it was the most magical evening of comedy. Like, it was so beautiful.
The show ended with a black man, an Asian man, and me singing "Hallelujah" by Leonard Cohen, and I get a thing saying, "Nope, no good."
It was one of those nights where you were like, "Wow, this will never be replicated and has never been done before," and I feel so special to be a part of it.
Yes.
This woman, like, I like more preparation in my comedy.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry the bee I made out of, and all the puppets and the, I didn't prepare those. Those just happened to be on stage.
You just like to bring your puppets with you. Those
I had those 3 sound cues prepared. No, they just play whatever back there. I'll wing it.
Are you using this easel? Can I bring this easel up?
Yeah.
What was the tweet? The last tweet before she tweeted that?
Oh, their tweet before that was "Congratulations, President Trump." So.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. So I did reply to her and just said, "I'm sorry, you must have had a hard time sitting around all that laughter." And and then she said, "Laughter, I beg to differ." Which is still, I know I've talked about it with you guys off thing, but I don't understand the logic of that. That's insinuating one of us is crazy. Either she didn't hear any laughter, then or I stood on stage in front of a silent room. But you were there. There was laughter.
Or she misinterpreted the noises that people were making.
That's what I read. That's what I just tweeted her. I said, I gotta read what I tweeted because I was proud of myself.
There was applause.
I wrote,
breaks,
it's a visual expression of a number of positive emotional states, such as joy and happiness. I can see why you'd have trouble recognizing it.
Okay, sorry, we're keeping you pretty long here.
What happens then?
No consequences.
I have a $15 iTunes card, but I know you won't use it, so I'm just going to hang on to that.
So then why do you worry about the length? People could stop it.
That's right. It's not like they're waiting to go into work.
Yeah. It's like, oh, shit, I missed that doctor's appointment because those assholes podcast went too long.
Yeah. Somebody's sitting in their car like, I got to go, I got to go, I got to go.
Yeah. I didn't get the abortion. Now I gotta raise this kid.
I'll name him Mark. Mark Fonda.
You're officially their stepdad now. That's how it works.
So do you? This episode is. Do you know when this is going to come out, Queenie Quins?
December 5th, right?
I believe that is correct. Yeah, December 5th.
My dad's birthday.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
Happy birthday.
No, he won't listen.
Do you have anything to plug in the December? Are you doing another very Mark Forward Christmas?
I'm doing a very Mark Forward Christmas in Toronto on December 21st.
Nice.
And on December 13th, I'm recording my first comedy special.
Special.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, where are you recording that?
At the Drake Hotel in Toronto.
That seems like a really hot spot for
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They treat you good?
They treat you good.
Let me know, okay? I'll throw milk at their back.
Yeah. When you're talking them to sleep every single night, give them the heads up. Give them the heads up of how the Drake Hotel was.
I've been doing my best Henry Fonda impression. Ooh.
That's his ghost?
Yeah.
Good job.
And then what do we got?
We have a
going
show on Friday.
Got a show this Friday,
December 9th.
Right.
Park Theater in Winnipeg with Hip Bang from Vancouver. It's going to be so sweet.
And isn't the Park Theater just the most wonderful place?
It's
It is.
It's a great place.
Beautiful.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 7:30 the doors, 9 o'clock is the show, and get your tickets ahead of time, $15 in advance and 20 at the door. So yeah, get those tickets fast.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're in America, come and see us at the Chicago Sketch Festival and the San Francisco Sketch Festival in January.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, check out all the deets online on the websites. But yeah, it's pretty amazing news.
And then we're doing Skid or Die at the end of December. And also I'm doing a stand-up show at Wee Johnny's on December 23rd, which is going to have a bunch of surprises.
Ooh. Dana's going to... Don't tell Dana there's prizes. She just gets so excited.
No surprises. even worse.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It might feture Aisha Alpha all the way from South Africa.
God. Sounds amazing.
So then, Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and endorse us for Doinking on LinkedIn, or just connect with us on LinkedIn. That's where commerce is happening.
We need to support each other. We just talked about this.
Yeah.
Support us on LinkedIn.
Support us on LinkedIn.
Follow Mark Forward on LinkedIn. Okay.
Endorse Mark Ford for creative writing on LinkedIn.
Yes.
endorse Mark Forward's Panda Divorce Court on LinkedIn.
Wow, something happened in the last 20 minutes. It's divorced now. Anyways, we'll get into it
This is
later.
a horrible way to find out.
Sorry, I am.
She just
You've been
filed a-
served.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's the whole podcast was to serve you divorce papers.
Yeah.
From your illegitimate parent. What words were those?
Oh, you can't say them. They don't translate.
Well, as long as you appear in court, we got an unconfident judge to give you an indeterminate amount of time in court.
Split custody?
You get 15 pandas, she gets 2.
So like things, share things, support Canadian comedy. Let's all grow better and stronger and bigger and better and
Faster.
and faster.
Yeah.
And if you have a panda in your life, tell them you love them. How would you say I love you in Pandanese?
You know what? If I say it, I could pass out.
I'm willing to take the risk.
That's why me and her don't say it often enough. And that's maybe where this whole thing fell apart. Maybe she just needed to hear.
That's gonna be so peaked out. No one will know. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you guys.
Mark.
Thanks for having me.